Hey Kickstarters, I wanted to give you a quick overview of the amazing card templates that come with some of the reward levels. This isn't an instructional video, this is just an overview of how they work. So this is the A2 template that I designed, and like the other templates it can do 6 main things. And I'm going to just briefly go over all the main features of them. You can see here I've got a bunch of little cutouts here and triangles and little indices. This is all in the directions. It tells you exactly how to use them. So the first thing I want to show you is this is a standard bifold card that we're all familiar with. And the template will show you exactly how to size it and how to get the score lines. And what you do is you trace the template on a piece of cardstock and then you cut it out and you'll end up with something this size. There's these 2 triangles right here, right in the middle of the card, and all you do is you line them up till they bisect the triangles. The card bisects the triangles right here and here. And then you take a scoring tool and run it down here, and that's going to be your bifold line right there, and you'll see right now that it's going to actually fold over, perfectly bisecting the triangles. That's how you use the template to get a bifold card. The other really neat thing that I like to do is this is the envelope from the video in the main Kickstarter video, and when I make envelopes like this I always end up with leftover paper. So I like to use that paper to make instant stationery. So I tear the paper to size, and in order to get this card to be the right size, I'm going to use the same triangle I just used. I'd be placing this on a bigger piece of cardstock, and I get to the edge and I bisect the triangles, and then I just trace what's left and cut what's left, and I will have a perfectly matching note card that'll go right in here. This is the fastest way to get custom stationery to add to your cards. Here's just another look on the same technique. This is the envelope used for the paper. We took a little bit what was left and just put it in the corner with a little bit of brown sort of ribbon there on top of it. Instant stationery. This is a gatefold card or a trifold card that folds in on itself, and the template shows you exactly how to do that using another set of indices. This triangle, this one, and this one. The directions will cover this in great detail, and I'll have an in-depth video to support it as well. And how you use it is you again size the template, the paper to the template, the cardstock, and then you just bring it over to the edge. You bisect the triangle and score here, and then you come over here and do the same thing to the other side using these triangles like that to get this score, and then you've got it to fold over perfectly. There's an alternate way to use it, and that is to just use these points and just take a pencil point to pencil point and then just use the template to score it like that. But anyway, this is a gatefold card. There's another card that I just call this the overlapping card. That this is your standard bifold card, like so, and then I want a little bit extra on the edge. And how I do that is I take the template, there's another set of indices to use here, but once I've got it sized down to the main piece, I actually, before I cut this off, I will take a pencil right here, and then I'll slide this template. There's a triangle right there, and there's a triangle right there, and I slide it right to my marker line, and then this is the end. That's what I would trace, and then I'd cut this whole thing out. I'd use the template to get my bifold line right here. You can see right there, I'm bisecting the triangle. This gets me my first bifold line like so. And then here I've already scored this one in the process. And that's how you get this little overlapping card. I put a decal scissor on this to get a cool edge. And then the other thing that I want to show you, this one's a little involved, but just bear with me. I've noticed that the coolest way to get a card is to layer it. You can see here there's a black perimeter, makes the artwork just pop out of here. There's also a layer on this little embellishment. And so I put indices in here that'll show you exactly the size you need to make it. The first thing you need, I'm following this pattern. I've got the card, then the black layer, and then my final layer on top. So here's how you get it sized down. The first thing is you get your card. This is the size of the card right here. Half the triangle, that's your base. Now you want the first layer on here. It's got to be a little bit smaller. And so there's a little triangle here, triangle here, triangle here. And what's left, I will trace and cut out. Now I want to get one even smaller, so I'm going to move in one group of triangles. Here's the main paper that I want to use on the surface, on the front. So here I'm going to take this triangle, this triangle, this triangle. This is what I trace and get rid of. That leaves me with this as the black, this is the red, and then I would end up gluing this onto my card, and you can see here that I've got another perfectly layered card with all the layers, and this little tan perimeter makes the whole thing pop along with the black. Just a cool way, a simple way to make a really unique card. The other thing I want to show you is all the card templates come with a window. For the most part, they're all different. And in this one, the A2, I call this the Archer's window. And what this allows you to do is make cards like this. This is in landscape mode, so if I wanted to make this kind of card, I would flip it around like this to get this orientation. I could also make that window appear on the other side by flipping the card template over to here, and then it would be on the left side. I could also get it to be in a vertical position as well by just messing around with the card in this sort of fashion on the edge of the template. It's just very forgiving, very great way to make your unique cards. I love this card too because it's just a great way to show a nice little reveal when you open the card. You might have noticed that there's on this template this little curve right here. I call this a soft curve, and what this will allow you to do is get this sort of effect on the edge of a card like so. The one last thing I want to show you about the A2 template is that it has this little box in the middle right here. This is used to make pop-up cards. Something like this. This is popping out. This is called a stair-step pop-up. You can see the little stair in there. And this will allow you to do this very simply. It's positioned exactly in the bifold line. You score this, cut this, cut this. All the directions will be included with that template. Here's another really cool stair-step pop-up card. Just open and close. Just put your images, very simple. Multiple levels on a stair-step. This template will show you exactly how to do that. Now this is the A2. Many of these things can mix and match on other cards. For example, this soft curve could be used on the bigger template. This window could be used on a bigger template. This stair step can also be applied to the other templates because all you need is the bifold markings, and it will go right here in the center, and then you just apply this to the bigger cards. This is what I mean about the possibilities being endless. But let me show you a different type of pop-up. This is the A7 template. You'll notice that I have a different sort of window here. That window is gives you this sort of effect right here. This is another really neat way to reveal a card. You place the photo in here and you've got an instant card. You can do them in landscape or portrait. But the other thing that's unique about this card is that it has this V pop-up. And this will teach you how to do this sort of pop-up like that. That's that card. Here's a Christmas card. Oh no, not a Christmas card. Just another way to do it. This is my Christmas card here. Just like so. Alright, so this is the A7. This template, like the A2, will do the bifolds, the trifolds, the layering, the overlap card here using these other indices. And this is a unique feature to the A7, but it can be applied to all the other cards. So those are the two that I actually have already started manufacturing. This happens to be my mock-up for the A6 with a different style of window. I call this the pinched window. Gives you this effect. This is the number 10 business card. I've got two windows here, but you can actually use it to make three here because it's just about adding the last one, and it's very simple to just slide the template to get it. But I love this particular card because it just pops out with these three great photos. And that's it. These are the card templates that come with the higher reward levels, and I hope you enjoy them.